God has already prepared your wealth transfer. He's just preparing you to steward it. You know, there are people God has already assigned to bless you financially. Investors, employers, business partners, supporters. But God is preparing you for them, just as He's preparing them for you. Because the blessing you're praying for may not show up in a check first. It may arrive as wisdom, instruction, responsibility, even correction. And sometimes God doesn't release the money first. He releases the preparation. He prepares you to steward what He's going to release in your hands. Do you think you're prepared for that? Ask yourself, are you really prepared to steward what God wants to release in your life? Because He wants to ultimately get the glory out of it. See, increase is not random. Provision is not accidental. Every blessing that God releases comes attached to purpose. Purpose. I'm going to say that word again. Purpose. And God often develops the structure before He feels it. He forms capacity before He releases financial provision to you or releases new opportunities to you. He will shape your character before He delivers the opportunity. Money is the wrong hand. Like, I guess money in the wrong hands can be a trap. If you think about it, you see some of these wealthy people go broke. I mean, people win the lottery, go broke. Why? Because they didn't know how to steward. They weren't properly mentally prepared to steward that amount of money. But money in the hands of someone prepared becomes ministry. And that is what God is doing with you. And I know it doesn't feel good because in your mind, you think you can handle it. Many of us pray for financial blessing, but we ignore the required stewardship, kingdom stewardship. And God, in His wisdom, sometimes allows a season of learning, a season of discipline, a season of being discipled, a season of decision making, a season of financial stewardship and self-awareness, meaning He will allow you and see how you steward another man's before He'll release your own to you. Because the same breakthrough we're asking for, it could slip right back through our fingers if the foundation isn't ready to hold it. Do you think you're prepared for that? Do you think you can steward kingdom wealth? Jesus gives a blueprint for this in Matthew 25:14 through, I want to say, 29:30. The master placed resources in the hands of 3 different servants, but returned only to reward one who multiplied what he had. The outcome wasn't determined by what they were given, but what they did with what they were given. Can you multiply the resources that God places in your hand for kingdom purposes? Or will you do like the one and hide it and say, well, I know you're a hard man, so I'm going to hide this. The one who multiplied received more. The one who sat on what he had, it was taken from him. You know that story. Again, the outcome wasn't determined by what they were given, but by what they did with it. And this is the principle behind that. God increases stewardship, not merely our desires. Can you steward well what He's going to release in your hands? Proverbs 27:23 says, be diligent to know the state of your flocks and give careful attention to your herds. What does that mean? It simply means pay attention to what God has already placed in your hands. Study the small before you request the large. Steward well the $5 before God gives you the 50. Honor the little before you pray for overflow. Blessed are the days of small beginnings, because you learn there. You get the foundation in the small. Can you steward the little you have there? Look at your financial situation now. Ask yourself, why are you in this position? Did you steward what God has already given you? Because if you can answer that question honestly, because God knows it, if you can answer that honestly, then you know you're prepared to steward greater responsibility, greater wealth, greater wisdom. See, some breakthroughs are waiting on simple obedience. Track your spending. Release what wastes resources. The things that you spend money on that are unnecessary, release that, let that go. Learn to be content. Learn contentment with where you are and what you have. Because when God sees that you're content with where you are, He can release more to you. Put God first in your financial decisions. When you get your money, do you go to God and ask him, Lord, help me and show me how you would have me steward it? Or do you just get it and say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I'm going out to eat this weekend. I'm about to be that new person. I'm about these new shoes I saw. I'm going to do you ask God first? Because those are kingdom assignments, not burdens. Putting God first in your financial decisions. Ecclesiastes 3:11 says, he makes all things beautiful in its time. Provision has a divine timeline according to God's timeline, not ours. And sometimes the next financial season is aligned with the next spiritual step. If God released everything you requested all at once, would you know what to do with it? Would you know how to steward it? Would you make sure ministry continues to push forward so that God gets the glory with what he is giving you? Would you keep it? Would you multiply it? Would you sit on it like one of the servants did? Or would it disappear under old habits, old mindsets of how you used to handle resources? See, timing protects the blessing. Right now, God may be refining your spending priorities, breaking the impulsive habits that you have the moment you get extra money in your pocket. He may be revealing blind spots to you, strengthening your restraint on just willy-nilly spending money. The moment you have extra money, I'm going to go out to eat because I ain't had no McDonald's in a long time. He's strengthening your giving strategies, aligning you with the right opportunities, nurturing your decision-making, maturing your decision making as well, clarifying what actually matters and what doesn't. Because what doesn't really matter is what we spend a lot of our money on. How you think Polo, Nautica, and all of these things, Yves Saint Laurent, and all of these people get rich? Because we spending our money on unnecessary things. And I'm not saying it's bad to have those things, but are you stewarding your responsibilities well first? All of that is preparation for the financial doors that are still ahead for you. And those doors already exist. God is not preparing the doors. They already exist. He's preparing you to steward them. The people that he's going to use to financially bless you, they already exist. Those resources that are already woven into your story, they already exist. Increase is coming, but so is the responsibility to steward them. Are you ready? Are you ready? See, financial blessings is less about what enters your account and more about what you do with it when it arrives, or who you are when it arrives. What is your mentality about it when it arrives? When your stewardship grows, increase has a place to land. It can sit with you because God knows he can trust you with the increase. When wisdom develops, opportunities multiply instead of evaporate. What God releases next will not just change your lifestyle, it will change your legacy, your bloodline, your generations to follow behind you. So stay attentive, stay teachable, stay ready, because what's attached to your name will meet you at the level of stewardship that God is developing in you right now, in this moment that you're waiting and you're believing and you're trusting and you're wanting him to release now. And when that alignment happens, increase will not slip through your hands because you're prepared. You're ready. So I want to remind you, if you are seeing this, God is positioning you for a wealth transfer. And all of what I just said is how he's doing it, through wisdom, through people he's already divinely aligned to release provision to you, to open doors to you, to help you and teach you how to steward it well. God is not going to give you something that you can't steward. You wouldn't give your child a car that you know they're not ready to drive. So know this, God is preparing you for the stewardship. God is preparing you for the resource that you want. He knows you want it, but he has to prepare the foundation, your mindset, to be able to steward and handle it. Will you take it and multiply for kingdom purposes, for his glory, or will you take it and squander it? I want you to think about that. If you need to listen to this again, listen to it again, because I really want you to think about how you will handle what God wants to release in your life. He's preparing you for the wealth transfer, but he's also changing your mindset. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, my sister and brother.